Hey there, Bombers. This is a video about the assignment for this week. This assignment is the first unit introduction for Unit 6, World's End. What this first assignment is doing is looking at a couple of different things. First is a video. You guys are going to watch a video about a doomsday plane that the president and other important political figures get on in the case of an emergency. I want you guys to watch this video, and in 100 words, you need to go to Padlet. I put a link on the Canvas assignment um, inside the Google Doc how to get to the Padlet. I want you guys to attach your answers there so that you can see what the other students are putting up. I also want you to answer the essential question on Padlet as well. This essential question is, why do we try to imagine the future? You think about all the different um, pop culture icons that we have, like Star Wars, which actually takes place in the past, but imagining how things are in a more advanced time, or The Walking Dead, or we have all these different types of scenarios where we have people trying to imagine what the future is going to be like. If somebody would have told me about the pandemic 10 years ago and how we are operating today, it would have been kind of hard to imagine what it would be like. So what I want you to do is kind of look at this question, this video, and put both of your responses onto Padlet. On this same assignment, there's going to be some vocabulary words that you need to look up the definition for. These definitions need to be in your own words. It's easy enough to click them into the search engine and find out what they are, but I want you to actually have a connection to them. Put out a definition and also put a connection to how they can be applied to what you know, or what you've previously learned, or something in your life, or something you've seen before. The last question, what this is going to be is, you have two options, and feel free to do both of these if you got a lot of downtime and you're somebody who enjoys writing. The question has two paths you can follow. All right. Watch a TV episode, read a couple chapters of a book, or enjoy a full length movie that takes place in the future. How the author sees where we're at as mankind, as individuals, and our way of learning. Take a look at, see what the author is trying to tell us, the thoughts about human behavior that maybe led us to this point. Okay, once you finish this, what you're going to write is 250 to 300 words that share your notes on the synopsis of the story. You can straight up just tell me what the story's about, and how it's imagining the future. But also tell me a little bit about what the author is trying to have us take away from these lessons, from what they are either warning us about, or trying to show us how something could be like. So that's the first option. The second option is a little bit less complicated. Think about how we're living during the pandemic right now. Our current way of living is definitely changing for these last 3.5, almost 4 weeks now. And what I want you guys to do is write a short story. This one's 400 words minimum, okay? But I don't want a very, very long story. Make this very short, okay? 400 minimum, maybe 500 max. And what I want you to do is tell a short story about the future. And I want the starting point to be where we will be at the end of this pandemic. So your starting point of the story will be from how we moved on from the pandemic this year. So option number one, watch a film, read a book, or watch a TV series and reflect on how they depict the future. And you're going to write about that. And option number two is do a short story on what you think the future will be like for us after the pandemic. Really don't care if how you want to do it, if it's first person point of view or third person point of view, or what type of conflicts you want. It could be man versus man, man versus nature, man versus society, or man versus self. It could be any of those that you like. But yeah, that's just a little bit of feedback on what the assignment is about this week. Sorry the video's coming a little late to you guys, but I'll try to put out the YouTube videos like Tuesday every week. So the assignments come out on a Monday, and the YouTube video comes out by a Tuesday. So if you have any questions, go ahead and email me, and I'd be glad to answer those for you guys. All right. Thanks, Bombers.